morning everyone, welcome back to another commentary ride with me today on the channel. Thank you guys for coming along again. Hopefully you're enjoying this little mini series, and we're going to get into another keys, clutch, wheels episode today. So don't want to do all the big teams so early, but I think it's good to get the easy ones out of the way, sort of thing, so then we can focus more on some of the ones that people might not know as much about, you know, if we get into like a Brighton or a Fulham or something like that. But today I'm going to get into Liverpool. So people might think, it's an easy one. I'm going to do a twist on it. So we're going to do Liverpool, but then we're going to have a look at Liverpool going forward as well, after these contract situations. So obviously Trent looks like he's as good as gone to Real Madrid now. Not quite here we go confirmed, but doesn't look like it's far away. So one second guys, as always happens in one video at some point, I need to slow it down. That's why might have not heard that police car go by. Yes, I'm going to Liverpool, and then so we're going to do the current, and then I'm going to take out the big three and shift over to what could be the new look for them next season potentially. So I think it's pretty obvious their main three components are the three big players with contracts running out. You could argue maybe some other players are in there, like an Alisson, but I think if you ask the people, the three top players of Liverpool, it's normally those three that pop up. So if we're picking the keys, clutch, wheels here, it's just a question of who you put where, really. I think you obviously put Van Dijk as the wheels because he just keeps them going and stable. And again, it's similar to when I picked like Saliba or something. When they did have him injured, they came about 4th or 5th. I think they came in 5th that year when he done his ACL. So the wheels came off there. Oh, sorry guys, still waking up a little bit. Yeah, so I think Van Dijk's easily the clutch. The wheels, not really much debate about that. And then I actually think Trent is the clutch, which goes against the curve a bit with who I've given the clutch to before. Normally I've given the clutch to more an attacking player, but I think Trent's that clutch. I think when he's firing, it gives Liverpool's attack such another dimension, but like a big option for them. But when he's off it and can't get him out of those first couple of gears, they do struggle. You look at the Manchester United game this season, very weak Manchester United side, and they couldn't really deal with them. Trent couldn't really defend them that well on his side. Dallo went at him every time and actually got past him. So yeah, I think Trent's got to be the clutch here. So guys, bit of a traffic jam on the motorway, trying to go past the bus. Yeah, so Trent the clutch for me. So when he is playing well, they basically always win, and he can be the difference in games at times with his quality on the ball. I mean, when Sky Sports posted like a little montage of some of his best moments, and it wasn't even the goals that he could score from right back, it's some of the assists he could get. Like, they're just world-class assists. Like, right foot, left foot. Oh, I do apologise, guys. Right foot, left foot. Putting it on a sixpence for the forwards. Almost at will. Like, he just has that quality. And I do think people just think Conor Bradley's going to come in and replace him straight away. I'm not so sure. I rate Conor Bradley very highly. But, I mean, watching the game against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, the team without Trent just looked a bit toothless playing out the back. It took away a whole dimension for the team, and it takes an option away from Slot in terms of his distribution from the back with Trent. You know, that little clip over to Salah has worked so well for them this season, and he's going to have to mix it up next season because that's not going to be an option really. I guess Van Dijk kind of has that distribution, not to Trent's level. So he's going to have to find. There's no guarantee Van Dijk stays either. Obviously, if I've done them two as the wheels and clutch, that makes my key. Oh, guys, Salah. I think can't really look past Salah as the key. He's the one that they look to all the time, and he's the one that normally gets them through the games. You know, he's the one that gets them started in the games. He does everything for that team now. Like, once upon a time he was just a goal scorer. Now he literally does everything in that team. In terms of attacking wise, maybe defensively, yes, he doesn't contribute as much, but that's got to do with it. Surely you got to think he's 32, going on 33. That's going to be something to do with that. But yeah, I think you can't look past Salah as the key in this Liverpool side. So if I hadn't been doing the alternatives, this video would be over already 5 minutes in. So I wanted to make it a bit more difficult for myself and go, right, everyone knows those are Liverpool's top 3 players. What happens when those 3 players are gone? So let's say in this hypothetical world, Liverpool have lost those 3 players to free transfers. Yeah, they're all gone, they're all shipped off. They haven't signed them back up and they're all gone. Who steps up for Liverpool? Who becomes the keys, clutch and wheels? I think probably one of the easier ones would be the wheels. I think it will just put another burden on, it will increase the burden on Gravenberch's shoulders. Even if they're like a Mark Gahey or Hoyson next season, Gravenberch would still need to perform probably even better next season than he has this season, because Van Dijk covers so much for Liverpool. But if you watch them play and how high they go, he covers so much, especially with Robertson's legs starting to go a little bit. He's had to take even more pressure off of that left hand side, and even at his age, like, I don't think Van Dijk's what, 33 maybe. You couldn't tell, like, he still looks effortless there. So I think Van Dijk's gonna. So I think Gravenberch's gonna have a big job to fill next season if those 3 leave. And he's going to have to become the wheel. He's going to not have much choice. Liverpool could obviously buy another holding mid, but don't be a bit harsh on him to do that when he's been so good for them this season. But you never know, they might do that. So yeah, Gravenberch, I think, he's the one that's capable of becoming the wheels in this Liverpool team. You know, taking on that burden that Van Dijk currently has. Then the other 2 are quite difficult. Because when you look at Liverpool's squad, there's no guarantee who's there at the forward line next year. Is Jota still going to be there? Is Diaz still going to be there? Is Nunez still going to be there? They could sell off a good chunk of their attackers this season. Because Slot might just not fancy them as his sort of attackers. So if that happens, I think we're looking at, I think my clutch would change to Gakpo. I think that's what would happen. I think Gakpo's shown this season the quality he does possess, and we saw it a little bit from Netherlands in the Euros, and he's brought that form into this season. And I think he's been their second best attacker this season, behind Salah obviously. Diaz started the season well, but he's got a bit of the boil, and Gakpo is clearly the first choice left winger, and I think he deserves that spot. So I think you can, if Salah does go, you could potentially see Gakpo kick on again and take more responsibility in that attack, which you obviously need to. You know, you have to contribute more goals and assists next season if Salah does go. Well, I do apologise, guys. Sorry, baby was up quite a bit last night, so that's all the awning's about. Yeah, they could obviously sign a right winger, and then maybe that guy becomes clutch. But I think either way you're gonna see Gakpo kick on next season because he feels like he has to. He can't be not the bit part. That's a bit harsh in the season. But he can't be the guy that's second fiddle next season. I think he needs to step up and become the main guy. Unless they go and sign like an Alexander Isak up front, then you could be like, yeah, fair enough. But I think in terms of being the top winger next season, he needs to establish himself as that top winger if Salah goes. And I think he can do that. I think he's shown the quality he possesses. So I put Gakpo as my clutch. I think when he's playing well, they'll just churn out results, and he'll drag them through games at times eventually. Now the key is quite difficult, I'm not gonna lie, because there's no one that, when Salah's not on the pitch, I can think, oh yeah, Liverpool gonna rely on him now. No, I don't really see it. I thought maybe McAllister could become like an Odegaard sort of figure, but I just don't see him as being that player. It's actually really difficult to pick who this key player would be. Is it going to be a player they bring in? Because that's a big role to fill straight away, you know, if they go and buy like Isak and he becomes that key, which he probably would if they got him. And then I look at Conor Bradley's not had enough experience to become that player. Robertson might not be playing there next season, or like he might not be starting every game. He'll probably be starting 1 in 3. And then look at the midfield. Szoboszlai is my other outside shout. I think Szoboszlai has shown this season that he's just starting to grow into that potential that we've seen. And I like Szoboszlai as a player, with like the attributes he has, but I just think he needs to contribute more. I think he's starting to do that now, these last 10 games maybe. But before that, he wasn't doing what I wanted him to do. At the end of the day, he was a 10. So he's an attacking midfielder. He's not like an 8 or 6 stereotypically. He's playing in that 8 role, but he's actually playing in the 10 role more often than not for Liverpool. Because he plays that 4-2-3-1 a lot of the time, but he just hasn't contributed as much as I think he should. So whether or not he does that next season and he becomes this key player for Liverpool is definitely a possibility. And to be honest, I kind of want to see it because I think he's so good. I think he has that potential to become that top level player. You know, he has the athleticism, he has the strength, he has the ball control, he has the passing range, he has the shooting. Like, he can be a top player, but he needs to kick on. He needs to get off Instagram as well, because he's bloody stupid. What he's done on there, like, just why are you talking to Gula? Like, just focus on your football. And like, I get why he's done it, but it's just a stupid comment. The kid's what? How old's Gula? 19, 20? You're all meant to be a big what? 24, 25 now. Like, you're meant to be about to take Liverpool potentially on your shoulders next season. Just keep it sharp and focus on your own game. You got. The thing is, if you won, fair enough. You got slapped by Turkey, so it wasn't even close. You just got absolutely slapped by them. That's the part that gets me. You got absolutely slapped, and you're talking like you've won. So yeah, I think he could definitely be a shout. But if it's not him, I look to someone like Alisson, maybe just for the experience to get him through next season. Because there's every chance that Liverpool go win the league, but there's also every chance that Liverpool drop off because of all these 3 players leaving. People just think, oh, well, Conor Bradley will come in, they'll go and buy, I don't know, Isak and Mbeumo or something like that, and it's like, nah. You know, on the bar, like Mark Gay as well, it's like, nah, that's not how it works. You need some time to bed these players in. You can't just dump them in and be like, oh yeah, they're all gonna start, they're all gonna play straight away. You normally change maybe 1 or 2 positions in the summer. But sorry guys, excuse me. But you only start maybe one of them at the start of the season. You won't put them both in. To change 3 players, maybe more than that, with like a left back, a left winger, not a left winger, sorry, a striker, and maybe a 6 or whatever. Like, you'll change potentially 4 or 5 positions in one summer. Like, it could be a hectic summer for Liverpool. And with the Club World Cup as well this summer, it might make it difficult for players playing in that competition to get bought from, so you might have to look elsewhere. Not the top teams in their respective continents. So I think I've put Szoboszlai as my outside shot as the key. I think it would potentially go down to whoever they sign as an attacker as being their key. I think if they sign Isak, then you know that's going to be their key straight away. There's not even a debate about that. If it's not Isak though, I don't know who else fills a void of being the key, because there aren't that many attackers out there at the moment that you consider that. Maybe you could say Buemo, you know, he's doing it for Brentford, different pressure at Liverpool, but if he's dragging Brentford through games, I guess you could do similar things for Liverpool if they were to go and get him, and I'd actually really like that signing for them as a Salah replacement, so maybe he could be their key. But yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below and what you think is going to happen with Liverpool's contracts. Who do you think's going to replace these players? Who do you think is going to become the wheel with the keys in the clutch? Or the keys, clutch and wheels, as I like to say. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.